about a quote made by Nikola Tesla that once said, "There is no energy in matter other than that received from the environment." And that quote does hold its truths because from the electricity powering up our homes to the fuel in our vehicles, the materials we use in building our infrastructures, and even the compartments that make up our very own devices. These materials come from the resources that we harness from nature itself. And we are so used into living this way that we cannot seem to live in a world without the help of nature's produce. However, we seem to forget where that energy and resources comes from. And instead we weaponize it against its very own source. You know what source that is? That's right, it's the environment. And we always seem to deny these issues as well. Why is that? Should we be aware of these issues instead of denying them altogether? And according to my research, there are 10 gigawatts of coal plants installed in the Philippines right now, which contribute to air pollution in the Philippines. We somehow know from our past lessons that air pollution is a bad thing, but why do we keep on wasting energy on such a potent and dangerous resource? Our actions against nature might be negative right now, but we have a chance to turn it around, make it positive so that we can live better each day. We need to act right now. Not only for our sake as the present generation, but also for the fate of the future as well. Hello, I'm Ezekiel, Asis, and welcome to our Universal Source, where I will discuss how we use our energy and resources, convince you why we should act upon the issues that arise from our actions against the environment, and explain to you how ignoring said issues can disrupt our daily lives in this uncertain and cruel world. Let us now address the elephant in the room. How do we use our energy? Well, we're not doing that good since our actions may indicate that we have been using too much energy. Our overwhelming reliance on automobiles, which cover 80% of the road space in the Philippines, increases our demands for oil as fuel. And due to our capacity in making impulsive purchases, us millennials who make 80% of online shoppers tend to use more energy and resources when buying products. The waste that we generate after consuming these products doesn't really help that much either. As reported by Senator Sherwin Gatchalian last 2020, he said that Filipinos generate 150 kilograms of waste annually. That is 2 to 3 times our weight in trash. And in last 2020, the Philippines has generated 16.6 million. Hear that? Million metric tons of waste. And that's just last 2020, which is enough to fill 99 Philippine arenas. And most of these trash just ends up being incinerated, dumped in landfills, or even stuck in drainage pipes, which cause flooding. The next time you go on shopping with your friends, or maybe going on a road trip with them, please think about how much energy and resources you use and how much waste you generate. Now that we know what atrocities we humans do when consuming our energy and resources, let us now discuss the effects that arose from it. With 83% of the world's energy coming from fossil fuels, it comes with no surprise that air pollution is still a leading issue in the environment. Since burning fossil fuels releases significant and corrosive air pollutants like carbon monoxide, sulfur dioxide, nitrous oxides, and even greenhouse gases, which cause global warming. Again, why do we waste our energy on such a potent and dangerous source and endanger other people's lives? Not only that, due to our immense waste, some of these end up in the most unexpected of places, just like the ocean. With 0.75 million metric tons of waste in the oceans, the Philippines is ranked the third largest offender in polluting major water bodies. Do you really want our country to have that big yet embarrassing of a title? If you don't, then you better manage your wastes correctly. Urbanization has always been promoted in our country. However, this effort has caused us to convert more farmland that would somehow be usable for more crop production for food into more land for construction, lessening our soil resources. This has also resulted in the reduction of our forest covers, leaving only 3% of our Philippine forests intact. We are somehow prospering as an urban nation, but Why are we being behind when it comes to natural innovation? Our ignorance on waste management exposes us to many of variety of health concerns. Due to lack of proper monitoring, leachate or wastewater from these sites seep into water and soil resources. Not only that, there are many pests that linger in these sites which become vectors of diseases and caused by bacteria and viruses like E. coli or Salmonella, which become endangering to our health. Again, if you don't want to suffer from these health issues, then you better manage your waste properly. Come on, guys. Now that we now that we know the effects that arose from our actions, what would happen if we still choose to ignore them? Well, for starters, it would cause death. I told you directly, it would cause death. Since air pollution is one of the world's leading factors of early death, with 5 million people dying to it per year, which is 1 out of 10 deaths worldwide. And with our country proposing for more coal power plants, which is precisely 9 more gigawatts of it, deaths are seen to rise in the country by 1,000. Do you want one of your family members to die of a certain death caused by our reckless use of coal as a resource? Not only that, many biomes and ecosystems worldwide have experienced extreme biodiversity loss. Factors like pollution and urbanization has caused intense destruction of natural habitats, putting our local wildlife in disarray. You might think, what is the cause of biodiversity loss to our lives? We don't even live in the jungle. No, it does affect us. Biodiversity is important for us humans to survive in this world. And let us remember a quote by Professor David MacDonald of Oxford. Without biodiversity, there's no future for humanity. Okay. Numerous weather-related disasters that hit our country have left many individuals and provinces suffering. Due to climate change, the sweltering heat we experience during sunny days has caused an intense risk in heat stroke. Whew. And due to climate change, many people lost their homes due to the destruction caused by an early storm season, which began in April this year. April is still the summer season in the country. If we don't change our ways, many people might be affected with the erratic changes in weather. So please save your energy. It might not affect you, but it might affect the other people around you. As we come to the end of this speech, I will leave you with the decision to save our environment, to save the energy and our energy and resources, the environment, and the people that live within it. We now know how we abuse our energy and resources. We now also understand the effects of these activities in our environment. And now we are also enlightened about how ignoring said issues could affect the way we live today. As stated from the intro, our energy and matter does come from the environment. And using that energy to destroy the environment itself hampers our progress even more as a society. We cannot live in a world without the help of nature's produce, so please save those resources. But don't destroy them. And that's not only important for us, but also for the future generations as well. The decision is now yours. The decision you will make will affect the fate of the future generations around us. Thank you for listening and thank you for coming to our Universal Schools. Thank you very much.